Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Who am I but I'm Dre Mac? Came into the game just to spit facts. Into the space that I'm in. They got me by the Drake cause I'm cold with the pen. I run no diamonds but I still shine. You can dig me cause my boy's mine. My tracks flame like a dilute. I order blood on my tongue. These niggas warm blue. I'ma throw with a gas leak. Camouflage in the mist but you smell me. One spark then I bet you I'ma blow up. They put my name around, get stupid, then you go dumb. No rest for the weary. A versus thinking in his man, but you can't see me. You rather drink, they gon' pull up, but drink a knife through the game, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. I came to eat at the a la carte. Got stripped of a bear, call me brainstorm. Then I come together like a Voltron. Then I pour all the planks, you Decepticons. Fake rappers to the streets like Cobra. 80s they can float they like. Up in the storage and I'm E-Man. Up, down, man, I'm cheap. You a beast, man. I take a beat in. Ninja Turtle rap, Turtle Clans get defeated. High in my ride, you can call me Night Rider. You can never stop me, cause I'm a guy bomb. Bad attitude like a rocket, my whole to the A, and I bet you can't stop us. LL bad when I go and show up. You can hear the haters in the back. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie. Let me get him where I fit in, homie.
This is a test. This station is conducting a test of the emergency broadcasting system. This is only a test.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit. Taste the honey sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce. Don't get that honey sauce on me. I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
What's up? What is going on, everybody? This your man, Dre Mac, coming to you again with another episode of The Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. You're from the West Coast right now. Go ahead and get up, because you already know that the early bird gets the worm. And on today, we are going to go over Birdman's last video on exposing the grift, Nerdrotic, and the BAFTA slurs. So you already know Nerdrotic gonna give us some bull crap. He got Tourette's or something. I guarantee you it's going to be an excuse, because anytime that it comes to accountability, it's always an excuse. You know, it's funny. Somebody, you can have somebody who is, you know, dealing with dementia. Sure know how to call black people a racial slur. I have no problem with that. I got Tourette's. Have no trouble saying that racial slur, though. So it's always going to be something. So, of course, Birdman is going to give his take. I'm going to give my response, my reaction to it, and we're going to get into it. But hopefully you guys are happy. Hopefully you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gear over at the Heavy Gear channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is,
are you ready? Say why you hating on my energy? Say why you hating
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's go and see who is all in the house right now. Junior Network, good morning, good morning, good morning. Alvaro Rodriguez, good morning, good morning. Erica D, aka She Loves Fantasy, good morning, good morning, good morning. X-Man Xavier Phoenix, good morning, good morning. Creisha Key is up here. What's up, Creisha? Good morning, good morning, good morning. My man Justice Note, good morning, good morning, good morning. Miss Roberta the Church Auntie, good morning. Torian Rain Reloaded, good morning, good morning, good morning. My man Damon is up in here. Good morning, good morning. Tina, aka Mintygasm, good morning, good morning, good morning. Country Shape Media, good morning, good morning. J. Carter, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see. Starboy the Night, good morning, good morning. Gamer Boy is real, good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Yeah. Wait a minute. All right. What's going on? I call bull on that. You say, what's on your mind if it wasn't in there? Oh yeah, absolutely. It's always going to be. It's all. Is always going to be something. He did. Let me just say this. Let me just say this. I feel like there's thoughts that come to your mind that I believe somebody with Tourette's just blurts out. What up, D Sizzle? I do. Even in the midst of him saying he's sorry. What up, Sheed? He still made it about him and his condition. You know what I mean? Which whatever. BBC could have still edited it out. Michael Johnson, good morning. I said this streams ago. BBC could have edited it out. It was a weak ass apology. And again, there's still to me, just to me, and maybe, I know Tourette's is a tick. Some people say off the wall. Yeah, some people say things that are off the wall. I get that. But to have that type of language in your vocabulary is the problem. I'm not saying that, sometimes things don't slip, but the words are part of your vocabulary. So when your ticks get hot and you see black people, that's what you say. I'm questioning that. You know what I mean? So I'm sorry. I understand. I do. I understand. And even at a particular level, as far as mental health and stuff like that, I can sympathize. I can't excuse it. I can't excuse it. I can't excuse it. We can make excuses and all of that, but why is that type of language in his vocabulary in the first place? Nobody's asked that. You know what I mean? Like, is that just something that you say all the time? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'm just saying. And again, the BBC can edit out Free Palestine. They can edit out another racial slur. What up, Arbico? But that particular one, you be like, man, it'd be cool. Ain't nobody gonna trip. So it's a failure on both sides. Who was teaching him that vocabulary while he was coming up that make him think that type of vocabulary is okay to say around black people? And the BBC and BAFTA, period. So that's my personal thoughts. I've said that before. This is my personal thoughts, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm just saying this. When Kyrie Irving retweeted a video or explanation of the Hebrews to Negro series, it's just a retweet. The dude went through so much hell over a retweet. Think about it like that. And then we have to sit around and eat crow when somebody says something that we gotta empathize with this, we gotta sympathize with that, and we gotta understand this and understand that. But a retweet, and they were calling my man anti-Semitic and all of that, and he's spilling over anti-Semitic propaganda and stuff like that. But again, they didn't go after the author, which I have the Hebrews and Negro series, You know what I'm saying? They didn't go after him. They didn't debate him. They didn't say anything to him. They didn't cancel the book on Amazon. They didn't do anything. There's a double standard in this country, and I'm not standing for it. No, I don't care what it is. When it comes to black people, you can say whatever. You comes to anybody else, it's got to be a world tour, and it's got to be an apology tour, and all of that. Gay LGBT community. Kevin Hart said a joke, an old joke at that. Had to go on an apology tour. Kyrie Irving, apology tour. Deshaun Jackson, apology tour. My man from what's his name? Steven Jackson, apology tour. Visit the Holocaust museums. Anybody who's going to the Jim Crow Museum? Who's going to the Black History museums on our behalf when things are said about us? Nobody. So it's only so much that I'm sorry. I don't have no sympathy anymore. I can empathize, but I don't have no sympathy for nobody. I don't. I just don't. Because every time I turn around and it's us, we got to do the most. We got to go the extra mile. We got to do this. There's always a case study. There's always this dissertation when it comes to us. But when it comes to anybody else and anybody else's community, and black people did it, just remember, we were accused of beating up Asians. When did black people know and just be beating up just a group of people? If we ain't beat up the whites in this country, why the hell are we beating up Asians? But who got blamed for one Asian attack? Who got blamed for that? But the mosques and stuff like that is getting attacked. That group of people ain't being held all accounted for. I'm just saying, I'm not, no. I understand. I do. I understand completely. You know, can I empathize? Can I understand? Yeah, but I'm not sympathizing with none of that because when it comes to us, there's always you know what I'm saying? It's always something. And I'm tired of it. You playing in my face. So, hey, let your community deal with that. Don't ask us. Well, let me just say, don't ask me. Do not ask me nothing about what some other communities' situation is. I have a hard time dealing with my own community and making sure that you know what I'm saying, that we straight. Don't ask me about nobody else's community, and don't get me to go and validate somebody else's community. Don't go want me to go fight for somebody else's community because I'm asking the question: who constantly fights for us? And if we can't fight for ourselves, I got to get us to rally the troops so we can fight for ourselves before I fight for anybody else's community. I'm sorry, that's just where my position is at. Sorry. Not sorry. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So anyway, now that I got my feelings out of the way, y'all be loving for me to rant, man. I'm trying to be happy this morning. Miss Roberta's in here. She just sent me some church songs. I'm trying to be blessed for the spirit. But y'all love for me to rant, boy. But you know what? You know what I'm renting for? Rent for the crew, the magnificent crew, man. Let's go ahead. Let's get them shouted out. Let's go. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait. Whoa. Stop everything you're doing. Go and hit that like button. I know this is probably your first time watching, and you probably enjoying everything. Stop fucking on the channel and go and hit that subscribe button so you never miss one of my videos or one of my morning live streams. And for only $2.99 a month, you know you can be a part of the crew. And shout out to all my crew members that have been holding it down for Dre Mack and the crew since the beginning. All right, back to your regularly scheduled program, now in service. Go. Bye. All right. And again, shout out to everybody that's on the crew. And if you want to join, all you got to do is hit the join button. You can hear me rant all you want. All right. Because I'm not trying to hold you guys long today. I did a couple of really long streams the last couple of days. And I gotta be at work an hour early. So let's go ahead. Let's take a commercial break. We gotta take a commercial break, and of course, I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mack Show. Don't you go nowhere.
Hey, y'all, I got a great new album in the mail today.
I don't like the way the honey sauce dripping on my chicken wings, my chicken wings. But I got the honey sauce, the honey sauce for your chicken wings, for your chicken wings, yeah.
This is a fantastic album, man. Let me borrow it.
No, my brother. You've got to buy your own.
We now return to the Transformers.
Oh, my brother, you got to buy your own. All right, so let's get into it. You already know is Birdman. Shout out to the Birdman. Let me say this. Shout out to the Birdman. Shout out to Idly Noah. Shout out to High CHD. You know, I pull up on their lives and stuff. They immediately show me, you know what I'm saying? Show me love. You know what I mean? Always shout me out. Have people come and subscribe to my channel just because I'm just doing a reaction video to their videos, which actually technically still helps push their videos or whatever. But I'm giving my own unique perspective on what they're saying also. But shout out to them, man, just for showing me love. Like, if I want anybody to promote me, those three brothers right there, I would want to promote me. I don't need nobody from anybody else's street to promote me. I don't need Sesame Street. I don't need Honey Bun seat. I don't need none of y'all seats. I don't need two corny dudes named Bert and Ernie to promote me for nothing. I already got who promotes me. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna stop being petty. All right, you know what? Bad host. Stop being petty. Stop being petty, host. Let me switch gears. If you're on the mobile version, you ain't gonna be able to see me. But let's go ahead. Let's get this video together. It's supposedly Griff, Nerdrotic, and the BAFTA situation. Let's get into this video. I'm being a bad host. I'm really am. What's going on, Sharita? What's good? Don't be calling me long with it. I look, choke on another biscuit if you want to. Don't tell me I told you. Yeah, I do need a that is not nice. What I just did was not nice. It was not nice. But I'm not a nice person, so oh man. Who else did I miss? Who else did I miss? Who came up here? Miss Rock Kitty, what's going on? What's up? Yeah. Okay, that wasn't nice. No, that was not nice. You don't do that. You don't do that type of stuff. You don't call nobody Bert or Ernie or Snuffleupagus or anything like, or hey Bert. Oh, Bird. Oh, Big Bird, you were my friend, Bird. Come on, Bird. That's not nice. You do not do that. It's not what you do. It's not funny. It's corny. I'm gonna have people. Yes, we do. We got Tourette's. That's my Tourette's coming out. I'm sorry. Oh man, all I'm saying is you don't do that. It's not very nice. It's very petty. Somebody gonna call me corny. You're being corny. You're dragging it. Let it go. You know what I'm saying? All of that stuff. You know, you're right. You are absolutely right. I am dragging it. Now I need to probably drag it some more. No, I'm good. I'm all right. Anyway, let's go. Let's go. Let's get to this video. Supposing the Griff. the BAFTA slur incident. Let's go. Nerdrotic and the BAFTA slur incidents. Let's go.
Surprise, surprise, Nerdrotic had a shit take on the incident at the BAFTAs where a man with Tourette's syndrome blurted out the N-word. And I just want us to take a second to just marvel at the thumbnail he used for this video. You'll notice that he has Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo making faces they didn't actually make during the incident.
Facts. And if you look at my thumbnail, that's exactly the faces that they made during the incident. Very graceful, very everything. But look at this. Look at. I'm trying to tell you. If you don't think and why does dude have a Burger King hat on? Like, take a look at this thumbnail. You would think my man's getting shouted out if he want a Junior Bacon Whopper. You're like, you don't want a Junior Bacon Whopper? Oh my God, he said Whopper. Oh, like what kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like he got his order wrong and he's snapping on him. Like, how dare he snap on me? I just want a Whopper with cheese. Like what is this? But again, Neurotic, critical drinker, and the rest of these goofballs make stuff like this for engagement. It said that mic might be in the red. I don't know. The mic is actually turned down. But you know what I mean? So they do this to farm engagement. This is what they do this for. Found another grifter, with a flat top doing the same stuff when it came to Riri Williams, making these goofy faces with AI and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Because they want to farm the engagement, and the engagement is based in rage bait. Again, I see the hustle. Nobody's saying it's right, but this is the reason why they do it. Because like I said, isn't that the kid? If I'm not mistaken, that's the kid from the Lord of the Rings television series. Why does he have a Burger King? First of all, why is he in the vid? Why is it him and not the guy who actually blurted it, for one? Two, why are you using the Lord of the Rings kid? For the Lord of the Rings series. And then why does he have a Burger King hat on? That's my curiosity. Why does he have a Burger King hat on? It's weird. Michael B. Jordan, like, oh my God, the Whopper's back?
Meaning he very likely used AI for this thumbnail and
hasn't
disclosed his usage of AI, which you're required to do on YouTube.
Oh,
but what's
really?
worse is the person on the left.
I did not know that you had to disclose your your use of AI. I did not know that.
In the thumbnail is wearing a Burger King crown, which is meant to remind the viewer of the deranged lunatic on the airplane that shouted slurs meant to denigrate black people. This is the type 2 clickbait that Veritasium spoke about a couple years ago. The reason I'm harping on this thumbnail so much is because Nerdrotic is a liar. His video is going to be him pretending to care about the situation when it's clear to anyone that clicks this thumbnail that he's making a joke out of it. This will be in stark contrast to the way he speaks on this incident. Let's take a listen.
And again, this is why I have so much heat or so much disappointment for the guy who's on the John Campea show, Rob, to even be associated with this crap. Knowing exactly how John feels about Trump and his political views or whatever. You can go on there and spill with them, and then you go over here and go on this side. It's just weird to me.
Nerdrotic.com. We're going to discuss the N-word that was spoken at the BAFTAs, which is a case of a virtue signal gone wrong, and you just hate to see it.
Again, that's why I brought up my rant about Kyrie Irving. My rant about Kyrie Irving, was literally about a retweet. But yet, when it comes to people that look like them, they can make all kinds of excuses in the world. They legitimately can make all kinds of excuses in the world. Deshaun Jackson, Steven Jackson, you know what I mean? Nick Cannon. You know, it's I'm trying to take. They try to take everything from Nick Cannon. They try to take Kyrie Irving's basketball career. Hell, Harvey was going so hard on Kyrie Irving, but then when I made my video about the kid from The Sixth Sense, who's a grown man now, saying something anti-Semitic, just saying an anti-Semitic word. He was with the cops. He was drunk. Oh, he's having a hard time. Matter of fact, hold on, because I like to be thorough. I like to give an example because I don't like saying stuff without giving an example. So I'm going to give you the example. And this was the last time I was on TMZ. The last time I was on TMZ. Hold on. Is the moment that gets kind of Mel Gibson-y because he used some language. Well, he used a Jewish slur while he was in custody in the back of the car. Oddly, he also used another
word that's inconsistent with
totally
the first
inconsistent.
slur.
But here's what happened as they were taking him into custody. You're going to see the officers also finding the drugs that they believe. Yep, Harvey is Jewish. Cocaine. They're still testing the substance, but that's what it looks like.
Okay, police department, you're being detained. What's your name, brother? What's your name?
So he went to the bar, ordered one drink, and was so intoxicated.
Everyone be careful, there's something in there.
That he couldn't, he spilled his drink and leave it close.
So let me give you some context. Mind you, I was on this segment. Mind you, this is the last segment that I did with TMZ on TMZ Live. So give you some context. This was the last segment I did with them. The very last. And this was what, almost a year ago? All right, let's keep going.
Hold it in your glove.
I've been kidnapped by a Nazi. I was decent to you, and you are.
Well, there's the slur.
Yeah, you're a bleeping K-word is what we.
Yeah. So, look, I want to just say this out of the gate.
Listen.
Here. I mean, this is the video that the police released. He's had a really rough time. I'm not making excuses or anything like.
You just did. You already made an excuse for him saying a word in the. For what I understand in the Jewish community, is wrong, right? It's the N-word of that time. I'm showing you this because when it comes to anybody else's community, I'm going to tell you they will make excuses. But when it comes to black people, you know what I'm saying? What's up, Pumaline? But when it comes to black people, I'm going to show you the compare and contrast just from this. So I want to show you this, but I'm going to also show you in a brief clip what they did.
Burned down in Altadena.
Listen.
He's just, having enormous problems with insurance companies. And he's saying he's really kind of at a low point.
Yeah. So we got
But again, who's in a low point when they're on a ski resort? I'm in a low point when I got to eat cottage cheese and I'm trying to figure out how the hell I'm going to pay my rent and why my lights is about to get cut off. He's at a ski resort. His house burned down has nothing to do with him having a good time getting drunk. But yet, you hear the excuses, right? I'm going to go skip to the part where what I said. And listen to what they said. Again, this is my last time being on TMZ.
Rotten world where you just don't know how to escape from it if you're one of these fire victims. It's just.
Hey, this is Dre Mack from Kansas City. I'm talking about Haley Joel Osment. Very disappointed when I watched the actual body cam footage. I know he came out and apologized and everything, but it could have had serious ramifications on his career. Hopefully he gets help. Hopefully, he goes out and talks more to the Jewish community on how that type of language and that type of just things that you're doing is just not acceptable out here.
I'm getting exhausted from outrage.
You see that? I'm getting exhausted from outrage. I'm doing all of this for a reason. Because if I fast forward, hold on. Listen to this.
With Adam Silver.
Yeah.
And supposedly they had some of the reports say a productive visit. What does that mean?
Well, it means that Kyrie apparently said all the right things.
Like what?
I don't know. Going
if
into
Kyrie Irving
yeah.
would not acknowledge that the Holocaust
It's hard
existed,
to come back from that.
What did he say to Adam Silver?
It's hard to come back. So Adam Silver had laid out 5.
So he can say something about the Holocaust, but a guy calling someone a Jewish racial slur, oh man, his house burnt down, yada, 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 yada. You see, they could go hard when we say something, when we do something. But when it comes to anything that they do, there's an excuse where we're tripping. Stop crying about it. Y'all being babies, whatever the case, snowflakes, get over it. You call yourself the N-word all the time. All it is always an excuse. Right. And exactly. Did you hear how he said, I'm tired of the outrage? I'm tired of us going through the hypocrisy. I was tired of us, going through hypocrisy. So again, I showed you that for a reason, because all Nerdrotic is going to do, because I haven't seen this, but I'm guarantee you he's going to do the same playbook. Y'all tripping. Don't do this. Don't do that. Yada, yada, yada. Watch. Y'all watch. I just know.
All right. So to set this up, there's these things called the BAFTAs in the UK. They are basically the Academy Awards for the UK, but they mix in TV, so they're a bit like the Golden Globes, but they're their big awards. And like all award shows, they love to virtue signal.
It's very strange that Gary is calling bringing awareness to a medical issue that he's going to pretend to care about a virtue signal. I think anti-woke people believe virtue signaling only happens with those on the left. But what Gary is doing in this video is quite literally a virtue signal.
Yes.
Hell, the toys he has in his background is a form of virtue signaling, giving people the idea that because he bought the merchandise, that he's an expert on comic book characters and films.
Exactly.
And we all know that isn't true. But I digress. Virtue signaling happens all across the political spectrum.
Facts.
Gary is going to literally virtue signal in this very video. Let's keep watching.
So there is a documentary featuring Robert Armao, who was young Ned Stark in Game of Thrones, and he also plays Elrond in The Rings of Power.
Oh, okay, that
He's
kid.
in a
Okay, that's why.
movie, TV, biopic, whatever, of a guy with Tourette's. I know nothing about it. It was meant to bring awareness to Tourette's syndrome. So
I know nothing about it, but he's about to tell you how it's just so hurtful out here, and this is a bad thing. Bad thing when our brothers and sisters that look like us have to go through Tourette's and all of that.
Super virtue signal. They decided to let this guy, be in the audience, and he will blurt out horrible things, but he doesn't mean to. It's part of his condition.
This is exactly the reason Gary is a grifter.
Facts. Okay. Before Birdman goes, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second, because I want to make sure that I'm conveying my words correctly. I thought growing up, people taught me words. I just thought that they taught me how to talk and how to sound out my words. Shout out to Mika G, because she always tells me to sound it out when I read. So I was taught that words have meaning, and you have to be careful with words. And dirty words I learned from paying attention to too many adults, and then acting like them in turn. And now, if I'm wrong, please put it in the chat. Put it in the comment section if I was not taught words as a kid growing up, because I thought it was a part of my development. When you're a kid, your mind is like a little sponge, and you develop certain words that you hear, you observe, you repeat. People teach you certain things. You know what I mean? I thought that was part of my development. So when people blurt out something that they're not supposed to say, or could be dirty words. Somebody had to teach them that. You're not taught to call somebody a nigga if you wasn't taught that. Especially when you black. I can understand if Matthew McConaughey was standing up there along with Michael J. Fox and he was like, bitch, nigga. I would understand. I'm like, oh my God, the dude with Tourette's is tripping. But it so happened to be two black men and Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, and that's what comes out of his mouth. And now I gotta empathize with this guy because Tourette's just makes you just blurt out anything. I honestly thought Tourette's was tics. Sometimes you say something, sometimes you have just unexplainable tics. I didn't think bitch nigga was a part of tics. I thought that's a word that you learn because I learned that listen to my cousins, listen to rap music, and listen to all other things, especially when women was calling men bitch niggas. So where did he learn that from? And he's not from where I'm from. Where did he learn that word from? At 50 years old, where did he learn that word from? That's the question. And how did he learn to use that when the tick go off right when he see black people? That sounds like learned behavior. I just want to make sure I just want to make sure. I mean somebody in the comment section or somebody watching this right now probably calling me a bitch nigga right now. I don't know. I know probably somebody over there on their in their man cave mad at my videos because I say my name, probably call me all kinds of names. But I know it ain't from Tourette's. I know it's learned language. Sorry, Miss Roberta. I had to use it as an example.
He has no clue about this incident, but just decided to throw his hat into the ring anyway, claiming the BAFTAs were virtue signaling.
What's up
by
with the apologetic simmer?
In this event.
I know nothing about it.
What Gary clearly does not know is that the film that is receiving the award is a biography of the man that blurted out the slur. He was invited because the film is literally about him. Do you see how quick grifters are to jump on a topic, especially one involving black people, and just spread misinformation?
Facts.
Literally zero due diligence. It's amazing these people have followings. I can't imagine clicking subscribe on a channel that is consistently this wrong.
There's been a meltdown on Twitter. Ryan talked about it last night, and I think he made the best point. The man has a condition. He can't help it.
Here we go.
Of course, by Ryan, he's referring to Ryan Kinnell, a person we've covered already in this series.
This
so
idiot.
You should know exactly why he threw his hat into this ring. But you know, I find it weird that when black people are harmed or denigrated, these people always find grace, understanding, and kindness for those who harmed or denigrated black people.
That's weird. Definitely weird.
Also, this is Gary virtue signaling here, something he's criticizing. And we know it's a virtue signal because this is how he displays the man in the thumbnail.
Facts on top of facts. And again, when it comes to us, that's why I said I'm just being honest with you. I'm not fighting. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to. I'm not telling y'all what to do. But for me, I'm not jumping in nobody else's fight. Don't ask me about nobody, no other nothing. Hey, how do you feel about this community? I ain't a part of it, so I think they need to handle that themselves. How do you feel about that community? This race of people? I don't know. I think they need to help themselves out. Like they told us, you better pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Because that's what you say to us. I just don't have time to be fighting nobody else's battle when it comes to us. Here we are. The excuses. Is it excuse after excuse after excuse? And then we sit around and wonder why we don't have no allies. Because we'll fight for everybody else because we are good people. Let's just be real. Black people are the most forgiving, spiritual, understanding, empathetic, let you at the cookout people I've ever met in my life. Everybody else closes the door on us. We're steady opening, and you can't tell me we ain't God's people. You cannot tell me because we are the only ones that forgiving like that. We are the only ones who haven't went to war with the people who oppressed us in this country. And tell me we ain't got the numbers to do it, and we have it. That's how I know we're truly God's people. They take everything from us, and we still rub elbows. We'll still, oh, well, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. We got a little nacho black history because we invented it, but they make money off of it. They capitalize on it. They actually build wealth that we will never have off of the things we create. Dances, swag, the way we talk, the way we move, the most copied people on the planet. But yet, when it comes to our iniquities, things that we feel when we've been slighted, ain't no allies. Hell, half of us won't align with ourselves. Because you be like, oh man, you tripping. And then go around the same white people that don't like them and using them and calling them niggas. And then when you call out that behavior, I'm cooking today. I'm cooking today. Straight grits. I'm cooking today. But then you got the other people that'll tell us, give me your grit money because they making us feel bad. Well, you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Try to tell you, man. I'm don't ask me about nobody else's community until I can see my community getting better. I'm sorry. We have so many few allies out here that when things happen within black people, there's always an excuse when it comes to us. There's always an excuse. There's always some type of excuse. I'm tired. That I'm tired of. That's where I'm at.
Even includes a scene from Deuce Bigelow showing the woman with Tourette's. So you know Gary doesn't give a fuck about this man or his condition. Doesn't. This is simply a way for Gary to make money by once again shitting on a minority group and their understandable reaction to an unfortunate event.
He didn't, there was nothing behind it. It is just a word. And from the outside looking in, without knowing the experience at all,
it's just a word.
Like that community.
You see what I mean? It's just a word that he probably uses all the time. I mean, he probably uses so much. I'm surprised his teeth ain't white. His teeth is yellow. So, I mean, but I'm just saying.
Had made a lot of strides and taken that word back.
Excuse me, black people do not use the word that was blurted out. We use a completely different word that was derived from the original word. This is one of those
facts. And matter of fact, I got a video that I want to share just real quick to proves Birdman's point when it comes to the N-word.
Don't understand is that if it's so offensive to them, then why do they say it over and over again?
So Riley said the N-word before you did that morning.
He says it every morning. He calls me nigga. He calls the other kids nigga. He calls himself nigga all the time. Nigga this, nigga that. Nigga please. Bitch nigga. Nigga, have you lost your mind? Nigga, check that hoe. Nigga, you bullshitting. Break yourself, nigga. He says it so much I don't even notice it anymore. Last week in lunch, Riley says to a classmate, "Can a nigga borrow a French fry?" And my first thought wasn't, oh my God, he said the word, the N-word. It was, now how is a nigga gonna borrow a fry? Nigga, is you gonna give it back? What I don't
see, that is what the excuse is. See, they say, well, you use it all the time. No, we don't use the hard ER in a context where it's harmful. We don't say it like that. When they want to make an excuse, they be like, well, you say it all the time. And go through the list just like he did of how we use it. But we don't say the hard ER like that. even though it comes from the word negra, which is black in Spanish. And I keep telling black folks, why was they calling you a Spanish word? Like Negro. This is negro. Nigger, which is black. The hard E is nigger, which means black. And what? Portuguese. Why was a bunch of Spanish Portuguese people calling you that word? Try to tell you where you come from, but y'all ain't trying to hear me though. How they kicked the Moors out of that land in 1492. Started sending people to the west coast of Africa. It wasn't about Columbus. So more than that. Yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all. Yeah, it's a lot of us integrated to Africa. We got African bloodlines, but a lot of us integrated there. Trust me, RM269, which is my Heplo group, is right in Spain and Portugal. Trying to tell y'all. But let me get off the history lesson.
Weird attempts by non-black people to equate the hard ER N-word with the soft A N-word. You'll hear morons all the time saying, well, they say it, so why
that's
can't
why I
I
played
say
it.
it?
That's why I played the clip.
Because black people are not calling each other a slur. They're using a form of endearment and kinship. This is called reappropriation, or words that were reclaimed, changed, and repurposed by the very people they were once used to harm.
Facts.
You see this all the time in marginalized groups. Gay people use the F word. Asian people call themselves ABCs. And recently, women have famously repurposed the C word in stan culture. Hell,
I'm about to say, don't a lot of women call themselves the B word a lot, you know, as a form of endearment? But if I use it, I'm getting slapped. I'm just saying. Yeah, Negas, East African. That comes from Ethiopia. Negas. So I'm just saying.
And white people do this. The word redneck is a classic example of reappropriation, where people in the American South proudly wear this designation. This is extremely common, but for some reason, the stupid among us want to pretend that black people using the N-word is unique. You completely understand that when lesbians call themselves the D word, they're not denigrating each other. But if you call them that, it's a problem.
Facts. Just like the example I just used.
Let's stop playing stupid.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Thanks to Obama and a lot of other things, the divisiveness in this country has gotten crazier.
Thanks to Obama?
What does that have to?
Fuck are you?
I'm sorry, Birdman, but what the hell is he talking about?
People even talking about that we elected a black president is the reason for divisiveness?
Yeah.
Incredible observation, Gary. I wonder how a man who hasn't been in office for nearly 10 years has anything to do with the whirlwind of lunatic shit that's been occurring since Trump has been in office.
Facts.
What did Obama do to actually cause divisiveness, Gary? Wear a tan suit?
Exactly.
Order the wrong mustard? Or was it that he came out of a black man's nutsack? Be specific, because
I'm just saying.
We're talking about racial issues here. So how was Obama responsible for the racial divide? You're aiming your ire at the wrong person. Let's not forget, it was the guy who's currently sitting in the Oval Office that spread the lie that Obama wasn't born in America.
Yes, he
it's
was.
That guy that's currently waging a war against Hispanics, Asians, and black people. If there is anyone causing divisiveness, it's easily the leader of the MAGA personality cult.
Birdman's killing him on this one because it's absolutely true. Is all this now is divisiveness because you elected the first black man in office? That's divisiveness. Think about that for a second. No other white person is divisive, but the black guy, the one black guy they decide to put in office, that's divisiveness. That's got to be the craziest batshit talk I've ever heard in my life. That's crazy. That's literally crazy.
And now that word has all the power that it used to have. And it's because people have given that word power. It might be a really hard thing to hear, right? But I mean, I think that.
I honestly, it pisses me off when guys like this try to explain what our experiences are. It makes me mad. That's why I'm so amped, honestly. Because honestly, my feelings is my logic is out the window. My feelings is here. And I hate when people like this who constantly spread anti-black rhetoric tries to tell us how we supposed to feel. You know what I mean? And then basically where he's getting to the point where he say we're tripping. We're giving that word power. The N word is power. They say it. But when I say it is, bruh, the historical connotation of that word when you say it. When white people say it, we know it doesn't mean the same thing. And it pisses me off because you not saying he has a right to say whatever he wants to say. Let me take that. Let me preface that. He still has the right in this country to say whatever he wants to say. No matter how ridiculous I think it is, he has the right. And I also has the right to tell him to shut the fuck up.
It's just pretty much what's going on. That word has a lot of power because people give it power. Words don't have power unless they give them power.
What a privilege it must be to believe that a slur that isn't directed at you or people that look like you doesn't have any power, but for the people that look like you to constantly use it anyway. Isn't that a form of cognitive dissonance? Like, aren't we both saying N-word and not the actual phrase?
Exactly.
Why is that, Gary? Oh, because if you say it, you know you'll be kicked off of YouTube and lose your source of revenue? Sounds like it has power to me. But if you don't think it has any power, why don't you say it, Gary? Better yet.
Hold up. Where's the meme at? Where's the video at? Won't you just say it? From Delroy Lindo. Does he play? Hold up. Wait a minute. Does he play it? I wonder, does he play it? Hold up. Before I think I got this video. I just want to see if Birdman plays that clip. If he plays that clip, I'm gonna completely lose it. But I think I have that clip. I think I do. I might not. No, I don't have that clip anymore. All right.
Let's say it together.
Say it right now.
Yeah.
I will say it with you.
You can say it.
This is hypocritical. You know we can. Sure you can. This is America.
Don't overreact to it. Show some grace, show some understanding. And I've certainly seen some of that, but we've also seen a bunch of melting down, people asking for this guy's going to have a rough time now.
Now, doesn't he sound like the same clip when I played Harvey? Hold on. When I played Harvey's clip and what he said to me. Remember what he said to me at the end of my statement. Matter of fact, hold on. Not before, at the end of my statement. Remember, this is what Harvey said.
Police were not wearing body cams. That wasn't. It's just. It's
but we confirm that.
No, of course. And I'm saying how much quicker the story comes out because we do have police wearing.
Look, do you think it was any different though, Charles? I'm not obviously awful thing to say, but like he said the Nazi thing too, and it was basically like the guy was blacked out, making no sense.
Clearly blacked out, because it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I know the whole thing too about that when you're drunk and you say things, it means that's what you really believe. And I know the whole thing. I'm Jewish and I get it. And look, it was really bad. He shouldn't have done it and everything else. All I'm saying is there is an overlay here of this just rotten world
crisis that
where you just don't know how to escape from it if you're one of these fire victims. It's just
hey, this is Drake.
See, he used the fire. So because he's a fire victim, let's think about it like this. Because he was a fire victim, he had things happen in his life, all of this going on, he's supposed to get sympathy, right? I say what I say, and
just things that you're doing is just not acceptable out here.
I'm getting exhausted from outrage.
See what I mean? I'm getting exhausted from outrage. But again,
I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic.
So Kyrie Irving met with Adam Silver.
Yes.
And
Hold on.
supposedly they
Think
had some of the reports say a productive visit. What does that mean?
Well, it means that Kyrie,
Hold on.
I
would
would
skip-
abhorrent of his views. Good for Kyrie. He
Yeah.
believes in
So
what
it sounds like you're betting that
I'm
he
not
won't.
saying good. For
I mean it in that. I mean it in that.
I know what
if
you're
you
saying,
believe
but
what you
no.
believe, don't kowtow to.
You respect his convictions?
I
on this?
do. I do. I respect his convictions on it. Now
These are
I'm-
nasty,
I'm
noxious
sorry.
things.
I'm sorry.
I don't respect it, but
The people who are saying I stand with Kyrie on this, you know what happens. I mean, again, folks, if you're listening to this, watch Ken Burns, The U.S. and the Holocaust. Watch this documentary on.
Again, he didn't say that about Harry Joe Osmond, but yet Kyrie Irving, you got to watch the Holocaust. One guy was a victim of his circumstances. He had some go. It's always hypocrisy. And Nerdrotic is just all he's doing is hypocrisy 101. This is what these guys do. That's why I said it's hard to have allies when you're sitting around here for somebody else telling you what you're supposed to think and feel. This is what they're doing. They're telling you, they say, hey, don't fall into it. Don't worry about it. Don't fall into it. This is what they do. They say the word, they this, they that, excuse. But we're telling you we're not comfortable with you saying. Doesn't matter. It does not matter because it doesn't matter to them because it's not affecting them. But when a black man says, I'm not anti-Semitic, I can't be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from, I love all walks of people, all I did was retweet something, then here we go. It was us that need to go down. We're King Kong and we got the white woman in our arm, and you better drop that white woman before we kill you. This is literally what they do. They just do it by the media. That's why I said it is hard. It is super hard. But I gotta refresh my brain. I'm gonna take a quick commercial break, but don't go nowhere. Keep putting it in the comment section or in the chat. I'll be right back with more of the Dre Max Show.
Knight Rider will continue in a moment.
Them biscuits I smell, Mom.
That's my Hungry Jack.
Tommy takes one of them. Them my mama biscuits.
Switching to Geico really save you 15% or more on car insurance? Does a 10-pound bag of flour make a really big biscuit?
All right, let's keep going on Birdman's video. Let's keep going because I'm kind of this topic pisses me off. And again, I think it pisses me off because it's the hypocrisy. I know why it pisses me off. Let me explain why. Because of the hypocrisy. Plain and simple. It's the hypocrisy. If it was all lives matter, like somebody put in the chat and yada yada yada, then we'll be fair across the board. But it's not fair. It is never going to be fair, and I know what I'm going into. So when people that's white try to tell me how I'm supposed to process, generational pain and anxiety, especially when two black men are sitting up there announcing an award for someone. It ain't like I can understand if he was repeating a rap song. There's two black men being distinguished, giving out, hosting or presenting an award, and that's what they got called, and we had to eat it. And then we had to have dorks like you come on and tell us what to think and feel. Y'all better be glad Miss Roberta's in here, because it'd be so many F-bombs in this mug. It'd sound like Hiroshima and Nagasaki, boy, I swear. I do not like that. I don't like that. Period. Yeah. feelings.
Rough time. He's going to get destroyed because there's idiots like Grace fucking Randolph. Grace Randolph, who is functionally, so we got to give her a little grace. We got to give Grace a little grace.
And this is really why Gary is making this video, because as we all just heard, if a slur is seen as socially acceptable, he will rattle it off against people he doesn't like.
Facts.
To be clear, I'm not immune because I have used the R word myself many times. These days, I try not to use it, but having grown up with that word, it still slips out on occasion, something that I'm working on. I also have a thing where I'll use the weapons of my adversary against my adversary. That is to say, if a person I'm arguing against relies on slurs like the R word, I'll use that insult against them because I believe in fighting fire with fire. I absolutely love hitting people that take IQ very seriously with a "you're low IQ" insult. 50% of the time, it works every time. However, in this case, the criticism isn't simply that Gary is using a slur here, but that this is what happens when we normalize slurs. People
Exactly.
Like him
What's
are
up,
just
Dirty
going to
Joker?
slur people that he disagrees with. This is why he wants us to believe that using the N-word against black people shouldn't have power. You give these people an inch, well, history does have a way of repeating itself.
Exactly.
Dr. Grace Randolph with a PhD said Tourette's means no filter, which means the man thought it. Despicable. The BAFTAs out here making fools of themselves and the
Hold up. Because he called this despicable. You already know what I'm about to do. I don't. There we go. By definition, what is Tourette's? Tourette syndrome, TS, is a nervous system disorder characterized by involuntary, repetitive, and sudden movements or vocalization known as tics. It typically begins in childhood with symptoms ranging from mild eye blinking to severe shouting or swearing, often improves in adulthood. And again, where I get this part at, shouting or swearing, is that it still has to be words that you have learned. If I don't know a word, I can't use it. Right? Gary is most definitely a grifter. He's been a grifter, and he's going to continue to be a butter biscuit eating grifter. But it still has to be a word that you have to learn. I don't know Japanese. To say if I went to Japan right now and they just dropped me in Japan, it's going to be very, very hard for me to get the language. So somebody has to teach me the language. If someone teaches me something wrong or the wrong word, or I use it out of context or whatever, I still learned a word. Now, with a filter, with this Tourette's, it's saying that it could be severe shouting or swearing. So still, someone has to teach you that. Definition of tics are uncontrollable, rapid movements, motor tics, or sounds, vocal tics. Common examples including throat clearing, eye blinking, shoulder shrugging, sniffing, or facial grimaces. Diagnosis criteria. A diagnosis of TS requires the presence of multiple motor tics and at least one vocal tic for over a year with onset before age 18. Characteristics. Tics often wax and wane in frequency and severity and may be suppressed temporarily but not entirely stopped. This often worsens with stress, fatigue, and excitement. I want to know was my man stressed while he was at the awards? Was he fatigued or was he excited? So when he seen Delroy Lindo and Michael B. Jordan, did he get excited? It was like, bitch, nigga. Oh, my bad. Was he stressed when he said it? Or was he tired when he seen two black men and called him what he called him? I'm just trying to figure it out based on the information that I have. Commonality. When often associated with involuntary swearing, coprolalia, Lila, I don't know. I'm jacking that up. These symptoms is actually where in the this is rare. So my man just so happened to be the one that has this because this is technically rare. Co-common occurrences to rest frequently. Frequently co-occurs with ADHD, obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD, and learning difficulties. But learning difficulties, you have no problem learning swear words, have no problem learning racist words. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a learning disorder, that could be a part of it. Management. While there is no cure, treatment options to manage symptoms includes behavioral therapy, such as habit reversal training and medication. Common tics, simple motor tics, blinking, neck jerking, shoulder shrugging, facial grimaces, complex motor tics, touching objects, hopping, twisting, bending, or involuntary obscene gestures. Still, something that you have to learn. Because I don't know what if I flip you off, I don't know what that means unless I am taught this what that finger means. Simple vocal tics, sniffing, throat clearing, grunting, coughing. Complex vocal tics, repeating words or phrases, or shouting inappropriate words. Again, it is something that you are taught. Because if we're going to give this thing clarity, somebody had to teach him that word meant something. I'm not going to give an excuse for somebody repeating the word that was taught to him.
Entertainment industry. Now, I'm not going to argue with the second part. I think they knew what they were getting into, and the BAFTAs. This is the uber champagne socialist progressive minded doesn't ever think about consequences. They live in this little fucking fantasy world that doesn't exist, and something like this happens, so they don't think about. They're bending over backward for Michael B. Jordan. I'm sure that fucking sucked to hear. Okay,
what, dude? The BAFTA had see what Nerdrotic has not said is that BAFTA bleeped out Free Palestine when somebody came up on stage and said Free Palestine. They bleeped out another racial slur, but kept this one. But he's not going to tell you that because then again, because he's a butter biscuit eating grifter, this is the butter biscuit baker. BBB, this is what I'm starting calling them, the butter biscuit baker. And you got the ones that are tasting the biscuits, the black people who repeat what the baker has cooked. So these butter biscuit bakers are going to tell you a narrative. They're not going to tell you the truth because the baker doesn't have to tell you what's in the biscuit. He just tells you to eat the biscuit, put honey sauce on it, put the butter on it. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to tell you that this is all a narrative that he's pushing because it's exactly a narrative that he's pushing because all he had to do is say, hey, the BAFTAs had an opportunity to edit this out like they did with anything else and they chose not to. They didn't edit it out. They didn't want to edit it out, but they did with Free Palestine. What he's doing now is throwing all these buzzwords out, going against the left and all this other crap instead of saying BAFTA should have took accountability on what they could have done. And what they could have done was just bleep out the word. And then we wouldn't even have this situation. Easy. No, he doesn't want to do that because he has a narrative to push. And if he doesn't push his narrative, he doesn't get paid by the idiots following him.
Absolutely. But he powered through it. And you know what? Michael B. Jordan can hear that and go, I'm on the stage of the BAFTAs. I'm an actor at the top of my game. I'm winning awards because I grew up in America. I am an actor and a millionaire. A fucking millionaire.
Doesn't matter
Life
if you're a
pretty
millionaire.
Fucking good.
This is what I hate about this conversation too. Matter of fact, I don't know why I didn't like this. You know what I don't like this conversation? Because this conversation is always the white people that tells us, oh, you got it good because you're making money. Hold on. I'm gonna show you what a real man in our community who have money looks like. I'm gonna just show y'all this clip. Because this is the rule that I run to, and this is why I would never sell my soul for these people. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I would never sell my soul for money or if I can't take my integrity, I would never sell my soul for this mess because my integrity and who I am as a person is greater than what they could be able to give me because I have to answer to the Most High when I leave this earth. And if I can't stand on 10 toes about what I believe in, about my people, then damn the money. Damn the money.
Money means nothing to me, nor boxing when it comes to the freedom of your people.
Facts.
So everything I'm doing, if it means hitchhike tomorrow, if it means be raggedy, if it means look for a job, I'll be happy because I can go to bed, my conscience is clear, and I didn't sell out or trade my people just because I could be rich in Hollywood with a yacht out here on that could be my yacht right there. Imagine it's valued at $200,000, but I wouldn't want that damn yacht if I couldn't go back over in the black neighborhood and protest a black woman being raped. The hell with the yacht, the hell with the championship. So I want the people to know this, you understand?
That's a champion. That's a champion. That's who I admire. That's who I modeled my life after. People like that. But what they want you to believe is that since you got money, none of this matters. Your people don't matter no more. This is the shit that they sell us. This is literally what they sell us. And all Nerdrotic is doing is repeating what these people in these corporate offices in Hollywood, that's what they sell us. They sell us, you got money, to hell with your people. What are you getting mad for? Your people don't care. You got money. You living a great life. They make it seem like we're out here struggling. Not all of us are struggling, baby. Some of us is reaching higher heights than you ever seen before. Black men, black women, we are out here doing great things. But what we don't need to do is sell our damn soul for money, for fame and fortune, because they believe that if we sell ourselves out, we can go and absorb the wounds that continuously hinder our people for the last fucking 400 years. And I'm sick of the conversation. I'm sick of this mess. Let me keep going. Hold on.
Is that a member of a marginalized community shouldn't be affected by racism because they're rich and successful. This is really how these people think, that money solves every issue. And that because you are a celebrity or a person with status, that you should take disrespect lying down. American society as a whole thinks it's okay to shit talk and harass famous people, not realizing that they are human just like everyone else. In the black community specifically, we have an idiom that goes, "You're still a nigga."
Yep.
It doesn't matter how much money you got or how much good you have done. You're still a nigga. This is literally the message of Jay-Z's song, The Story of OJ, how no matter how rich we get, we will still be looked down upon by those who hate black Americans. This is called the psychological wage, a term coined by W.E.B. Du Bois that states white workers in the United States, even when paid low monetary wages, were compensated in part by a sort of public and psychological wage in the form of social status and privileges that came simply from being classified as white. This was further solidified when President Lyndon B. Johnson stated, if you can convince the lowest white man he's better than the best colored man, he won't notice you're picking his pocket. Hell, give him somebody to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you.
And that's literally what we see with a lot of these goofy MAGA people. They're empty their pocket to make themselves feel good, which is a shame. Because one thing about the Black Panther Party and the people that was representing that party, they were coming to low-class white men and saying, the government doesn't care about you either. They just make you feel good because you're white. That's it. And anybody will tell you, any pip will tell you, a hoe will make you feel good while robbing you all at the same time. And all you are is the trick. And the whole is this government that don't mind robbing the lower and middle class every single day, but make you feel good because of the color of your skin. That's why I don't hate white people. I don't. I hate the ideology that is spread and told to you and echoed by people that look like you and me. Because all they're repeating is ideology, nothing based in facts, ideology. And Lyndon B. Johnson was president 60 years ago. This ain't even 100 years old. This ain't 200 years old. Ain't 400 years old. 60. My mother was 6 when this guy was president. Think about that. And you will understand, literally, you will understand that the war is with the people. But they just making you feel good about it. And it's still, they use race to hide the classism that's the real fight. They use racism to mask the classism. So white people, a lot of black folks ain't mad at you. We're mad at the rhetoric that you're repeating because you don't see the same bull crap that they're doing to you. All they're doing is just prepping you up and making you feel good about it. That's it.
Think about how relevant that is today.
And I bet you, I can't speak for him, but I bet you when he heard that guy had Tourette's, he's probably like, whatever. Now, a lot of this shit is performative, and people have to clutch their pearls and all that other fucking bullshit that they're gonna do.
I wonder, man. Yes, I'm sorry to tell you. I wonder how many times he called somebody a nigga when he was up in jail. When Nerdrotic was in jail, how many times did he could have got that off before he got his head, you know what I'm saying, handed to him? Because I'm guaranteeing you, he wasn't going around and for a guy whose dad did a lot of time in prison, dudes like Nerdrotic is getting beat up constantly. He's going in a hole. He's PCing up. And remember, we all know that he's been to jail. Trust and believe. He's getting PC'd up. He going around talking crazy. Trust me. He ain't walking out in the yard and he's spitting all of this. He could do that now because he's rich and behind the camera. I guarantee you he ain't coming to a group of black people saying that. He ain't coming to a group of black people saying that because he already knows he'll get his head. I'm trying to tell you, his head be in his lap. And he know that. He knows that. His head be dead directly in his lap. That's why a lot of these guys feel comfortable saying this. They go to their own little special. They're not going to every Comic-Con. They have their own little special events where goofballs that like their stuff can come and meet them for $100. Take a picture with me. It's $150 for my autograph. They ain't going no real place because they know we show up, we showing out. Stop playing.
Doing a virtue signal gone wrong. A virtue signal gone wrong. And they knew something like this could happen. Whatever. It happened. But you want to make it worse? Start bitching about it. That'll make everything worse. That's not going to win anybody to any side.
What is he talking about? This
is amazingly ironic coming from the guy that made this video.
Exactly.
Welcome you over 754,000 practitioners of common sense and the 40% who haven't subscribed yet. It's time for an episode of This Week in Race Swapping. In this episode, we learn the truth about Cleopatra. Little Mermaid doesn't have any legs. Some guy is calling himself Aragorn, and the Rings of Power doesn't want to miss this party. And yes, they all have something in common, and I'm sure you can guess.
Seems like when you think it's white people in the crosshairs,
right,
you start bitching about it.
Facts.
But when it's black people, we should get over it.
Told you.
And when it's
that's exactly why I showed you the Harvey video. So I'm tired of the outrage. But when it came to Kyrie Irving saying it, now all of a sudden it's all this outrage. When it came to other people, there's all this outrage. I didn't even show you all of the video, but that's a video that you guys could see. You know, it didn't get a lot of traction or whatever. You know what I mean? But it just shows the hypocrisy of what I went through on TMZ and why I'm glad they never called me back. I don't want to be a part of that. I'm cool. I'm good. I got child. I don't need them. And that's all everything I love.
Rich black people, we should get over it. Quite the double standard you have, with whining about fiction, but downplaying the actual psychological toll of racism simply because the black people on stage are rich and famous.
Exactly.
Seems to me like you live in a fantasy world where you're more upset about fictional characters like the Little Mermaid, but don't give a damn about real people.
Facts.
Now, I'm going to show some grace to Grace Randolph because I think she is. She got community noted. It is crucial to understand that these words or complex phrases do not necessarily reflect the thoughts, beliefs, or opinions of the person with Tourette's.
You know what? That community crap, that community stuff that's on there. After I found out that that Elon Musk legitimately made it where a lot more right-wing content could be on your thing, and even if you click off the ad, or if you can't click off the ad, it stays there because you have to pay more to get rid of the ad. I don't believe in your community thoughts either. I don't believe in your community thoughts because who is creating that? And if you're creating that to be able to push a narrative in a certain purpose, I don't believe any of that. I don't believe any of that. Nope. And again, I literally just Googled it. And again, my personal opinion is, and it's not my opinion, it's just facts. You're taught words. So again, my question is, who taught him that word? And who taught him that word? And why did nobody check him when he starts saying that word to say, hey, I know you have a problem, but that's not a nice word. Did anybody say, hey, I've said that word before and somebody has checked me on it and I know it's not a nice word, but I can't help it? No. It was like, I got Tourette's. I can't help it.
Caporalalia? I don't know how to say it.
I said the same thing. I can't say that
Grace,
word either.
Watch. I'm retarded. I have trouble reading words like that. You can do it too, Grace.
Are we celebrating this community note? It clearly says not necessarily, which means it is possible the person with this condition did think those things.
But
now,
yes.
I don't know what this person was thinking when their tic manifested, so I'm not here to speak in absolutes. But I have a bit of an understanding of Tourette's, and I know that specifically coprolalia can make a person that is thinking of a taboo word say that word.
Exactly.
Words that are taboo produce stronger emotional activation in the brain.
It was manifested. It was a thought. It started off as a thought, manifested out their mouth.
Let's call that neurologically charging the brain. Because these words have a social consequence, they create a stronger neural charge, and a person with Tourette's has a condition where the part of the brain that inhibits their self-control
Aggressive little accent, what's up?
It is likely the case that the man in the audience saw two black men on stage, thought of the N-word, and his condition forced him to say what he was thinking. He also shouted the word PDF file when Alan Cumming made a joke about Paddington Bear, stating that because that's a children's character, he inadvertently shouted PDF file.
Yeah. So that's the word. I'm glad he showed this because I didn't know this. This is what was bleeped out in the last when they said, well, we bleeped out another thing that was said by him, but we didn't do the N-word. It's crazy how that happens. Again, they bleeped out PDF file when Alan Cummings is there, a white man. They bleeped out Free Palestine when another white man said Free Palestine. Two black men up. I'm trying to tell you, it's not just him. BAFTA and the BBC, BAFTA, BBC, all of this, they're all a problem. All of them are a problem. All of them.
All I'm saying is his brain seems to be connecting some kind of dots, and he didn't shout the N-word when a presenter was talking about a children's character.
Facts.
Message. This was handled so poorly. Footage is forever, and also this man Davidson will have to deal with the horrible fallout as well, especially with your first tweet, you fucking. which said, and I quote, Tourette's means no filter, which means this man thought it. You too can make it on YouTube. Any can make it on YouTube. If Grace Randolph can make it, you can make it.
Irony.
Oh, gee,
yeah, these are the motherfuckers out there. It's despicable to say the MCU, and there's review bombing and hateful toxicity out there.
I know he
ain't. Tourette said the N-word.
I can't believe this is the same dude who just literally Birdman just showed how this man, not only him, Critical Drinker, Geeksy Gamers, Tyrone Magnus, and other people were getting mad about race swaps or black people being in fictional stories like Lord of the Rings. And now he's over here crying? Man, you can't make this stuff up. You cannot.
Lynch him. And that's what we got to look.
Shut up. I don't got to be, man.
Man. Seriously. Things are bad enough.
Once again, I bring you all back to the fact that this man whines online about Star Wars, The Little Mermaid, and comic book movies for a living. It's incredible to have a position like, just laugh at this stuff, when he can't just laugh at this stuff when there's a woman in a role that was traditionally played by a man or a black mermaid. He wants us to laugh at this stuff when the stuff is actual racism, intentional or not.
That poor guy, I feel bad. Poor guy, man.
Yeah,
He's this is it. This is my moment.
I told you, just like Harvey, I feel for the guy. He's going through so much. Let me coddle him. Now, again, in Harry Joe Osmond's case, the dude is your house burnt down. You're going through insurance stuff and all of this. You're just having a hard time. So you go on vacation to a rich ski resort. You get drunk and you start saying racial slurs to the Jewish community. You call a guy a Nazi, which is crazy, and yet we got to coddle him. Nerdrotic is like, hey, man, this guy is just having a hard time. You know, it's just the N-word. It's just two rich black guys. I wish I was that rich. It's just two rich black guys. They can get over it. They're rich. You don't have to worry about racism. You're rich. Literally the story of OJ. I'm not black, I'm OJ. Okay. You know what I mean? It's so funny that two opposite ends of the spectrum came to the same conclusion when people look like them. But then when I defend black people, even criticize us at certain times, because we're not above reproach also, I get looked at by my own people like I'm crazy. Why are you doing that? It's Black History Month. Black people need to stick together. Black people doing some. This Roberta, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But when our people are doing fuck shit, I'm going to call you out on that because I love you. And if I didn't love you, I'll let it slide. If I can celebrate us when we up, I can also celebrate us when we're doing dumb stuff. When we're doing stuff that hinders our community. When people are hindering our community, no matter if they're black or not, I'm calling you out. What's happening? What's good? Yet for some strange reason, we do that. I don't know. But they have no problem telling us to get over it. Then when we say get over it, how dare you? The Holocaust, this, that, we went through this, the Civil War, we built this country.
I've led this isolated life with Tourette's, and I'm getting awarded the Knights of Knee. Poor guy.
Shut up.
And anybody feeling sorry for millionaire Michael B. Jordan, who's out there slaying pussy left and right? And
you hear the jealousy? All right, Miss Roberta, you hear the jealousy in his voice? This is how people felt about Jack Johnson. They hated to see a black man be champion. This is why I love Dave Chappelle's take on Jack Johnson. And it was funny because I seen a video on Jack Johnson right before the Dave Chappelle skit or Dave Chappelle show. And these people that hate black people, they hate rich black people. They hate it. So that's why he's saying it was so much really just hatred. He's slaying coochie all over the place, and he's doing this and he's doing that. Because he's jealous. That's a hater for you. This guy right here with his smug face on everybody's phone, television, or MacBook, laptop, whatever you got right now. This guy right here hates it. He don't look like Michael B. Jordan. He don't have the physical physique of Michael B. Jordan. He doesn't have Michael B. Jordan's money. His influence. He has none of that. He got a grift to make his money. Michael B. Jordan, he got a grift to make his money. Michael B. Jordan's just a hell of a talent. No matter if he's in 80 Ryan Coogler movies, I cannot deny the man's talent. This kid has been talented for years. And cornballs like this hate it. That's why you tell him, man, you're rich, eat it. Just eat it. It's just the N-word. You guys say it all the time. You're rich. You're not being oppressed. Like I said, know the story of Jack Johnson. These people hate a rich brother that don't need to sell their soul to the devil for money.
50 cars because he's been successful, and good for you. Don't. Okay, he's fine. And Delroy Lindo is a fucking legend. The guy's great. He's fine too.
Again, this is the they're rich, so they're fine deflection. Gary is a class socialist, and he doesn't even realize it. Yes, comrade, wealth abolishes racism now. Anyway, my take on the whole BAFTA thing is it was an unfortunate event. The man has an understandable condition, but guys like Michael and Delroy shouldn't be subjected to slurs, point blank, period. I think Mike and Delroy should have been offered apologies, and as far as I am aware, the BAFTAs apologized to them. Unfortunately, the man with the condition hasn't done so, with people supporting that decision by arguing he didn't slur the men purposefully. Well, I'd argue that we apologize for things we didn't mean to do all the time, like stepping on someone's toes in an elevator or even something serious like causing a traffic accident. Having a tic that caused people distress is one thing. That's not something he can control. Choosing not to apologize to people you have accidentally harmed is something he can control.
It's another great video about a Birdman, though. Another great video, but I hate this conversation. Not this conversation. I hate the excuses that come for that because we don't get that same grace. I think that's what the biggest thing is. We don't get the same grace that everybody else has. We don't get the same grace. And I think that's what pisses me off. But we live in a country where they tell us if you're rich, you don't have to worry about racism and all of that. You don't have to worry about racial slurs. What are you worried about that for? You're rich. You got 50 cars and all. That just masked everything. It just takes the stink out. That's what it is. It takes the stink out of racism. This is wild, man. Let me do one last commercial, man, and I'll be right back. God, these things are hard for me because it makes me mad. But I'll be right back with more of the Dre Mack Show.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Now you can own one of the greatest gospel albums ever on the road. With only giant hits and legendary stars.
Biscuit. I know it's the truth about it. I love. Oh, how I love this biscuit.
know how I love this biscuit. It is the best biscuit I know.
This treasury is not sold in stores, and when you call the toll-free number now, you also get another entire album of all-time gospel favorites.
We now return to the Transformers.
All right. I gotta let people kind of know that when it comes to me and it comes to these racial issues, and I see I don't like somebody being a hypocrite, honestly. I think it's probably my trigger. It is a trigger for me. That's just like it's like with anybody. If you complain about your relationship, right? Let's just say, for the sake of argument, you complain about your relationship and you turn around, you say, oh, this person is so bad, this person is this person is that. Complain. But then you turn around and defend that said person that you just complained about. They've done all of this stuff, but you're going to defend them. You're a hypocrite because you're just talking about them and now you're defending them. They must not be that bad then. Just like when people call out other people. You gonna call this, you call this person out and you want this person to answer to you, but then when somebody else comes to you, it's like, what's up, big dog? Answer this question. Now all of a sudden you're too good or whatever, or now you're in your feelings, you're in your pocket, you're a hypocrite. Because you want somebody to answer for you, but then you don't want to answer for somebody else. If you're about that, be about it. Simple. And a lot of times what these people do is these racist bigots would get up here and try to tell you it's not that big of a deal. It ain't that big of a deal. What are you crying about? You're rich. You live in this neighborhood. You do this. What are you crying for? Skip your racial past. What are you crying for? But then have sympathy for the guy because poor guy. But then when you see the erasure of white people that you feel in Hollywood, oh man, a woman is taking a white man's job. Oh my God, here comes the blacks. They're taking a white man's job. Now you're upset. You're a hypocrite. But then also at the same time trying to tell us what to think and what to feel. Nah, man. Sorry. My emotion is always going to come out on these subjects. Hey, Miss Roberta, I know that she had to go. I apologize for the language, but I'm sorry. I am uber passionate when I see this crap. It's passion. I thought about it. It's all premeditated too, because I thought about every single word I want to tell these folks. Because I see how great we are. I see the beauty in black people. Even when it's bad, it's good. Because we can always change. See, you can change bad behavior. You can continue good behavior. You know what I mean? And we are one of the most beautifulest people on this planet. We are truly a beautiful race of people. I just refuse to let no one take that from us in any capacity. Don't care who it is. From outside and in, I'm here to defend my people. I'm going to call you out in love. But I'm also here to defend my people. And I will not sell out for none of it. Will not. I don't need a bump in subscribers to you know what I'm saying, to make me feel good. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad the channel's growing, all of that. But I'm like Muhammad. If I can't go down here and protest with the injustices that's going on because of my position, if I can't call out Hollywood because of my position, if I can't call out society because of my position, I don't want it. Give it to somebody else. I'm that type of spirit. That's the type of warrior spirit that I have. Because when Queen Ramona says, show them who you are, I got to show them who I am. So a real warrior is going to fight no matter what. And if you're afraid to lose it all, then you don't want it in the first place. Let me say that again. If you are afraid to lose it all, this ain't your fight anyway. You ain't about this. Jump off the porch. To defend my people, I'm willing to risk it all. I'll risk this YouTube channel. I'll risk all of this. If I can't sit up here and defend my people, I can't protest with my people, I can't be with my people. I don't need it. That's why I speak with so much conviction. Because when I try to tell you I'm truly for my people, I love my people. I love my people to death. No matter where my people at, no matter what valleys or what mountains that we're at, I love my people. We gotta be able to stand lock and toe against this hypocrisy, this mess, and people that are trying to hinder our progress. Period. And I stand 10 toes down on that. And if somebody don't like it, oh well. Erica D, thank you so very much for the $9.99 super chat. Great show, no notes. This is from my heart. This is legitimately from my heart. This is for real. That's why I like doing the live shows. Because I could do this and nobody's in the chat, but I know that you guys are watching. I know that you guys are listening live. This is like you said, no notes, no nothing. This is me live. I'm going to tell you how I feel. I love every single one of you beautiful people out here. Love y'all. And I know that we are great people. I know that we're great people. I would not allow that to tear us down. This mess to tear us down. Got to get it together, though. Got to get it together, but I ain't going to let it tear us down. Not at all. Not nothing.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that up, B.
All right. I'm getting ready to wrap this up. Thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of the Blur. Not the Blur AF. Matter of fact, I forgot to get Erica her super chat. Hold on. I forgot to give you your super chat. So before I go, let me give you your super chat. You know what? Let's bring it back in the day with a little body roll.
Super chat body roll.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of the Dre Mac Show. Put it in the comment section below and let me know what you guys think about this video. Was I tripping or whatever? Put it in the comments. Let me know. Maybe my hat was too tight today. I don't know, but it felt like it. Put it in the comment section below and let me know. But again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, man. Enjoy the rest of you guys' Tuesday. Where's my outro at? Because you already know. I got to go. Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.